create some assets with the farmers so that they will not be compelled to commit suicides. After all, our efforts would be to make them more independent so that their profession can be more viable.
Yes, so these steps are important because as far as farmers are concerned, if they don't get price for their produce, their business cannot be viable. So first and foremost, the MSP or advance bonus is a very positive step.
You always say MSP, the wheat that you purchase from the market is say 40 rupees kg. But the farmer who produces it, he receives only 15 rupees. MSP is there. Then what is the problem?
So the problem is that the wheat is procured by the government at the MSP. But while coming to market, there are various middlemen like traders, and there are also some malpractices which can happen like hoarding. So the price of wheat increases when it is in the market.
So just giving a good MSP doesn't help. You have to remove the middleman also.
Yes, sir. But it is a good positive step because if the MSP does not reflect all the costs and all the international prices.
MSP is there, 40 rupees. Market is purchasing at the rate of 40. But the farmer is getting only at the rate of 15.
Yes, sir. The solution for that is to make the market available to the farmer in a better and easier way.
How will you do that?
So there are various APMCs, that is Agriculture Produce Marketing Committees, which number 295 in Maharashtra, which have this as their goal to help the farmer get a good market and a good price. So their working has to be improved, and the facilities like transportation to the market and paying him as and when he brings his produce, those steps have to be taken.
Okay. So,
what is the problem of orange cultivation in Vidarbha?
Problem of orange cultivation.
Orange cultivation.
So the problem of orange cultivation in Vidarbha is that the most of the cultivation takes place in rain-fed area, which is not irrigated. So as the rainfall has variance across season and across the year, the productivity is not constant, it suffers. And again, that there are no agro-based industries in this region which can.
I'm asking only about the backward linkage, that is production side, not processing side. They told me about it is rain fed, but I have heard that orange cultivation requires a lot of irrigation, and unless and until you have
it does not survive on
it doesn't.
not at all.
Is it
it's not possible
Is it true?
to survive on rain-fed area.
Is it true?
Orange cultivation.
Tell me, what is problem of irrigation in Vidarbha?
So the problem of irrigation in Vidarbha is for last 5 to 10 years, the irrigation percentage has not at all increased.
Only in last 5 years.
Last 10 years or even more than that, since Vidarbha has become part of Maharashtra. Even
That is
from
60 years, almost not 60 years.
You know, you had the geography as optional. So what is the state of you can say irrigation potential in Vidarbha and whatever is developed? So is there any difference or it is fully utilized?
No, so there is a vast difference because there is a lack of funds. So the irrigation potential is not fully developed in Vidarbha. The various rivers and various other rainwater harvesting schemes which could have been utilized are not there. Plus dams and reservoirs construction, various projects have been delayed and stalled. And another big problem is that in Vidarbha 60% of the total forest of the state is from Vidarbha. So a lot of irrigation projects require the approval of Environment Ministry, which causes further delay.
I have heard that Vidarbha is having very big rivers, but then also it has not been converted into the irrigation. So can you just tell me what is difference between this uh, moisture availability and development of irrigation?
So moisture availability in what sense?
Whatever sense, you are a geographer, you can tell me.
So the moisture availability has to be there in the soil so that the crop can be supported. The problem in Vidarbha is that even though rivers are numerous and water is there, it is not available to the soil which is supporting the crop.
You told me before some time that there are many big projects, these are stalled. What is the reason for their stalling? Big projects.
So one of the main reason is non-availability of funds.
No, government says that funds have been diverted for the development of irrigation. That has been provided. Budget allocation is there. That has been utilized. But then also you are saying funds are not available.
So there is
70,000 crore is the budget allocation to these.
lot of
irrigation
corruption in that region, in irrigation department.
Only in irrigation department or somewhere else also?
I mean, in this context, yeah, I mean, irrigation scams which has been recently
Don't come to
been
this side then, it is corruption. Why you are entering corruption, corrupt system? It is
Have you heard about escalation of cost?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
So the escalation of cost in this projects was that in 7 months duration in last year, the project cost of various irrigation projects was suddenly increased by 20,000 crores. So various auditing agencies and media have raised doubts about it.
Okay, Mr. Hajare, you may be aware of one news. Recently, China has, taken some contract to develop Gwadar port, okay, Pakistan. How do you visualize this scenario? What may be the geopolitical implications for India for this?
So China is trying to become a superpower, and China's policy is that if India is contained to the region, it cannot rise above the regional issues, and India would not pose as a threat to China. In that context, they have created what is called a string of pearls around India in the Indian Ocean region. So Gwadar port of Pakistan is part of that, which include another ports also like Sitwe in Myanmar and some facilities in Bangladesh, Hambantota in Sri Lanka.
No, you are talking about China. What are the implications for India? What India should do then?
So India's all trade, which is through Indian Ocean, has to be secure for the exports and imports to flourish. That's why India has to develop its own navy so that there is no future threat from Chinese navy.
No, you might also be aware of the fact that the Chinese are constructing, roads, infrastructure, even in Tibet, very nearby to our areas. What India is doing in those frontier areas?
So in the wake of the accelerated infrastructure development by China in the past few years, India has also preponed the deadlines of various projects in the border regions, which have been entrusted to Border Roads Organization or such organizations.
Okay, leave it aside. Recently there is also a news. Okay, North Korea has carried out one underground test. How you visualize this? How you envisage this for global security? What the global players should do? Acknowledging their own responsibilities in this way.
So I think that the nuclear test carried out by North Korea and also the threats of preemptive attacks are very dangerous not only for that region but also for the global peace and security. So all the nations should unite and try to have a dialogue with North Korea through various international forums like the UN, and utilize other countries which enjoy a good relationship with North Korea
Why
like
should
China.
not then India be, restricted in getting out underground, taste if North Korea has been restricted?
So over the years, India has proved that its nuclear program is responsible, and it was necessitated by the nuclear program of China and the various tensions. So India has proved that it is a responsible power in nuclear domain, in the sense that there has been no proliferation, there has been followance of all the guidelines by IAEA and UN. So India has earned the.
You mean to say there is a difference
Yes,
between North Korea and
India.
this issue of nuclear proliferation?
Yes.
Okay.
Akshay, tell me why India tested nuclear weapons?
So India tested nuclear weapons first time in 1970.
Why they tested?
Because they had to provide, they had to prove that they have deterrence against any external threat. Because India has a policy of no first attack. So,
Was it against Pakistan or China?
so first was against China.
First was against China,
Yes.
and second was
1998 was against not any particular country, but to prove that our
deterrence.
deterrence
Deterrence.
and the yields have improved.
What is the most important criteria for deciding foreign policy? Only one.
It should serve national interest.
Good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
Anything else? Yeah?
Next.
Sir, there are only two areas now.
Two.